Hi, everyone. It's Rob Eames here in Philadelphia, relationship coach with Couples Focus and MVC certified trainer candidate, here with my good friend and colleague, Lisa Gottlieb, and reaching out to you because the early bird registration for Lisa and my class for couples called Listening and Speaking from the Heart is about to come to a close. And we want to make sure that if you're interested, that you get the best price. So before we go into a specific example from the class about empathy under difficult circumstances that hopefully you'll find helpful right away, let me ask, Lisa, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Thanks, Rob. Lisa Gottlieb here, Masters of Social Work and certified trainer with the Center for Nonviolent Communication. And as Rob said, I'm really excited about this course we're offering too. And I'm really looking forward to doing a bit of role play with Rob because we've worked together before and it's always fun with Rob. So whenever you're ready, Rob, you can get us started.
Right, we'll go into the role play. And in this one, we're going to pretend that Lisa and I are in an interaction. And the reason we picked this one is that empathy may sound easy and it's very powerful. But one of the things we'll cover in the workshop is that it's very difficult when the feedback from your partner is about you. And so in this example, Lisa's going to offer me some feedback. We're going to pretend like we're in a romantic relationship. And then I'm going to talk about what's going on for me as I receive that feedback. And we'll take it from there.
Yeah, I love that Rob's calling it feedback when really what feedback means in this case is I'm really mad at him. So I'm going to do what many couples do when they're upset, which is I'm going to start out with a blame for him, and then I'm going to make it a comprehensive judgment of who he is as a person. I'm sure maybe you can relate to this. All right. Rob, I'm really mad at you. You said you were going to be here 10 minutes ago, and I was counting on you to be here 10 minutes ago so we can get to this this event on time. And you know, you're late. It's so stressful. And you know what? You always do this. You're always late. And every time I believe you, and then I'm just so bummed out that you can't keep your agreements. It's like, what, can't you just be on time?
So we're going to pause from the role play, and there'll be lots of opportunities for role plays in the workshop. But in this point in the role play, when Lisa is saying that to me, let me talk to you about what's going on for me. And it's all about the nonverbals. It's all about what's going on inside of me. So, you know, 95% of being in a relationship are relational skills that are happening for me. And so when I'm listening to Lisa's feedback, looking at her body language, the tone of voice, hearing her go from this specific example where I'm 10 minutes late to me being, you know, a person who's always not living up to my commitments, there's a couple things that are going on for me. One is that I'm managing my upset. You know, these words hit me, and it may be the case that they land a little bit, you know, that in some cases I may hear some of the truth of it, that I am late in this example, and I might have some shame or some blame for myself, and I'll notice that in my bodily sensations and be able to self-soothe and give myself some self-empathy so I can stay present for Lisa. At the same time, I'm giving myself some self-empathy, managing, you know, those emotions that are coming up, understanding that this is a difficult conversation. These are all things I'm saying silently to myself. At the same time, I'm doing a translation of what Lisa's saying. So she's saying things about me. Here's what I didn't do. Here's what I never do. And I'm hearing Lisa's in pain. Lisa's upset. I'm translating it to my curiosity about her experience. What's it like to be her? And not taking what she's saying at face value and not taking it personally. It's called listening for feelings and needs. She appreciates it when we're on time. She appreciates it when I'm punctual. She longs for me to honor my commitments. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing what's important to her and that she's upset. It's upsetting when I don't honor my commitments and when I am not punctual. Punctuality and responsibility are important to her. That's what I'm hearing. And that allows me, as Lisa said, full circle, to hear this as feedback. It's an opportunity for me to learn something about Lisa and to contribute to our relationship getting better, and just allowing it not to be taken personally. And when Lisa and I both come to, you know, giving each other empathy or me giving her empathy, and we relax, all those things that she said will relax away, and we'll really be focused on what do we do about this and how do we make our relationship better. And so we'll go through that in more detail in the 4-week workshop. Anything you'd like to say before we close, Lisa, about that one?
Well, I really like how you expressed this, how whatever I'm bringing to you, it's an inside job for you to manage yourself as best you can. And then one of the strategies is to offer me some empathy back by translating my kind of personal attack on you into listening for my pain talk and hearing what's important to me. And the only thing I'll add is that we don't stop there, because if Rob's just constantly giving empathy, but he doesn't have a chance to actually say what's going on for him, then there's an incompleteness. So if Rob can offer me some empathy first, let me know that he's hearing me, let me know that he's willing to do something differently, then there's more room for me to hear him when he might say to me something like, now that I've shared this and we're more on the same page, are you willing to hear a bit from me of what it's like for me in this situation? And ideally, I'll feel held enough with care to be able to say, sure, in which case, Rob might say something like, when you come at me in the way that you do, where you start to tell me things you don't like, and then it turns into a comprehensive indictment of me, it's very painful, because what I really want is to be connected with you even when we're struggling. So there's a balance between empathy and what we call honest self-expression that, when combined, can create powerful changes for how a couple communicates. And this is stuff we're going to be practicing and learning and sharing about in this upcoming class. And we hope to see you there.
Thanks, Lisa. Those are great points. So again, 4-week workshop specifically for couples listening and speaking from the heart, empathy, honest self-expression, gratitude for your partner and sharing it in a way that lands with them, and also making effective requests. So what are we going to do about this, punctuality and responsibility and how we speak together, as Lisa just outlined. So I hope to see you at the course. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.